So, it's Jon S Sports Channel where we do Championship, League One and running. I've got my running top on, I'm going to do some running in a minute, but we're going to go back to last night, which was Bonfire Night 2024. We had two games that we decided to have a quick prediction for, and that was Burton versus Crawley and Stockport versus Wickham. We want to quickly go into the Burton Crawley. Now, Crawley came out the quickest. Two good headers there that just couldn't quite loop into the goal. But then Burton took charge of this game, and and I think all the way up to sort of 50 minutes they were really quite well on top, and they were having certainly the majority of shots. We were doing a listen along and kept nipping back in and having a look, and Burton were constantly on the attack, constantly having shots at goal. Not brilliant shots, no, but they were playing quite decent football, and they were actually looking relatively good. I think a little bit more shot power, a little bit more instant reaction and into the box that may have just improved it a little, but on the whole they were quite good. And then we go into the after that 50 minutes, Crawley started to pull themselves back, and they started to play really good football. And I can't actually honestly say. I mean, where are they now? Burton 24th, Crawley 21st. I can't say that I was expecting football of that standard. It was actually decent football. Yeah, it was a little bit basic and it was a little bit tough, and I just sort of thought, yeah, this is actually, there's something to build here. There's something you could see some class, some thought about every ball was sort of thought out, every tackle was thought out, and I did think that they actually played decent bottom half of the table football. We will go into the stats. The stats were 40% to Burton, 60% to Crawley, but I think that was mainly made up when they came back into the game in the second half and decided to really, keep the ball and try and get that winner. I think the best shots came from Crawley for my liking in that later on in that second half. However, 0-0 was probably the correct score, and probably a fair score. 13 shots for Burton, 3 on target, 11 to Crawley, 2 on target. Excuse the cough. It's probably typical bottom third sort of stats, and was it fair? Yes, it was. Was it a good game? Actually, I actually enjoyed watching it. I've looked at the highlights a few times, and I've actually enjoyed it. Strangely enough, not a bad game. And, a lot of people who support the top half teams or even top 6 teams are going to look down and think, oh, I'm not watching that one, Burton. It was actually a good game. It was actually a good game of football. I enjoyed it. What do I see going forward? Burton have some work to do on that final shot. There were some good shot opportunities, but they just didn't have the power, or if they had the power, it was straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. We need to place it a little bit better, but if they can do that, there's no reason why they can't challenge to get out of that bottom 4, certainly. And Crawley's the same. They had a really good period in the second half. If they could have done that throughout the whole 90 minutes, they would have probably come away with a goal and probably come away with a 1-0 win. Can they get out of this? Absolutely. If they can get that consistency. So with Crawley, I think it's more a case of consistency. They didn't really play that well in the first half and for the first few minutes of the second half, but come 50 minutes, they just seemed to gain confidence, and actually the ball play was really good and the passing was really good after that. So I think, Burton final ball, Crawley, let's get some more confidence throughout the game rather than just that last second half. And then we move on to the other game, which is Stockport versus Wycombe. And what a story here, guys. So let's see. Stockport County 51% possession, Wycombe 49% possession. Stockport 4 shots in all the match, none on target. Wycombe 15 shots, 10 on target, 5 goals. Yeah, that is top of the league football, isn't it? And Wycombe, top of League One. Who would be thinking we were saying that at any point during this season we would have expected Birmingham to be gone out the way, and quarter of the way through the season, we would have expected them so far ahead that there's no catching them. But at the minute, although they have played more games, they are indeed on top of the league. 13 games played, 29 points, plus 15. Birmingham second, 12 games, 29 points, plus 12. So Wycombe, champion position at the minute, in first place. And they're looking well, snuck up from nowhere. I don't think many people actually saw them coming. And they've just sauntered into, almost sauntered into the top position. Great football. I enjoyed Wycombe's style of play. There were a few mistakes in there, but hell, if you're trying to find them to prove that they aren't infallible, just like we're doing with Birmingham. And great football. Absolutely great football. The fans will be, I'm sure, very, very proud of their team and their management. Stockport County, I just kept seeing 2 people at the back. I don't know whether it was just the times that I was watching it, and I thought, hang on a minute, there's only 2 people pulled back to cover the goal. But the people on either side were somewhere, God knows where. And I just have a question on that defence. But why did I so many times see Stockport with just 2 people back? But at the end of the day, they've got to be able to get into the box and do more and shoot at goal more. I don't know whether their heads dropped, whether their will to live dropped, but they just didn't seem to try. After the first couple of goals, it was like, forget this one. This is only going one way. That isn't how Stockport have been playing, and I think that's part. The score was partially to do with that very fact that it wasn't the way Stockport have been playing at home. They have been playing better. A little disappointed in Stockport. We know they can play decent football because they have been up there in the top half doing really well. And they're in 10th position at the minute on 21. So they're not actually that far behind Wycombe in first. So, 2 points away from Bolton in 6th. It does show that it's quite flat, that this league this year, and that a little bit of a run can get you up, but a little bit of a poor form, like I think I saw last night from Stockport, and you can quickly drop. So they do need to make sure they don't continue that poor play from last night. However, great game. What did we say? We said 3, Stockport 3, Wycombe 2. It was Stockport 0, Wycombe 5. That was well out, wasn't it? We did say Burton 1, Crawley 1, and it was Burton 0, Crawley 0. So we did get one correct result. And thank you very much. This is Jon S Sports Channel with special Bonfire Night review. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do like and subscribe, and I do need lots of likes and subscribes, and and we'll be able to continue giving you the reviews and the predictions and the watch-alongs and listen-alongs. So Jon S Sports, over and out.